All righty. Welcome one, welcome all. Happy holidays. Today, here, I want to show off the CRM filters with you, specifically with certain lead engagement. Okay. Something that you might be able to apply today, tomorrow, right before the holidays. You can use these filters for this. Okay. But I wanted to say, welcome. Christian here. I wanted to show off this system here today from the CRM filter standpoint because there are a lot of, I would say, good practices. As any agent can attest, you should be prospecting your leads, you should be farming your own database, you should be looking at your leads, right? This is always something that, while agents say they do or say they want to do, it can be a bit difficult. And so I'm going to show you some ways to use your CRM filters to make this easier. So the idea is that you have these options. All right. I want you to know those options. I want these laid out for you and how this is going to affect your day to day. Or maybe you just use this once a week. So that's one of the things here is that with your CRM filters, you can keep coming back to them again and again and again and use them with other aspects here in KV Core. I've actually previously covered this in some more detail with like the scheduled mass emails, but I'm going to break down these filters kind of in having this overarching scope and having this viewpoint and how you want to use it. So first off, how do we get there? All right. If you haven't used the CRM filter yet, you're probably guessing where it is. It's in your CRM tab here. So head over there and you're going to see the filters. All right. Now, I could leave you here and you can have fun, but that's not the goal of today. I want you to see some good filters to use with this, some filters that I think everyone here should have. And if you don't, today is the day to get these set up. Now, one of the filters that we actually bring up for you there, all right, it's actually in our training, is setting up filters for contacts based off of automated communication. So every person you have in this system, if you did not know this, let's just take a look at Charles here. He's my test lead. Every contact in this system can have automation, property alerts, smart campaigns, market reports, anything in between too. Okay. And the idea from this, all right, is that you utilize who you're engaging with, but also who you are not. See, this is the thing, is that maybe you should focus on pieces of business that are struggling, or maybe you should, have a focus on what's working. And vice versa. You can interchange this. These things here, these alerts, these reports, these automated tools, well, yes, they are having some level of engagement, right? It's best to make sure that one, this engagement is happening, but two, who you're not engaging with, and three, who is responding to this engagement. And those are going to be some big filters that I feel like everyone here can benefit from. All right. So one of these ideas here is with the filter itself, you want to find leads that you're not engaging with, that you don't have a conversation started with yet. And these filters can help with this. Clicking into it, you can look up contacts based off of statuses. This is very simple, right? Hey, do I want to find all my sphere leads? Great. Let's just apply that filter and see all of my sphere leads here, right? These are all my sphere contacts. Or maybe I want to get into some more details. So like the assigned users, you admins in here, if you're a team, an office, or a company admin, probably looking at this and saying, all right, cool. This will help me sort those contacts for later. Yep, you got that. All right, the details. This is where things get a little bit more interesting and more of the finer points. You can look up, say specific buyers. Okay. You can find out those leads that have certain ratings, those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star ratings that you can give a lead. Yeah. Or hashtags. This is something that I always come back to. Folks, if you haven't been using hashtags yet, I've had training about this. I've even had a success meetup in a previous week talking about this. Use your hashtags. This will help you sort contacts, and these filters will even further that. Or maybe you want to find leads that maybe don't have a hashtag. I'll talk more about the searches for and without. Now, following up with that, you've got sources, you've got the system source, you've got all of this stuff too, right? Do you want to find leads that actually have a phone number, right, that have given you a way to contact them, these filters, you can use them for that. But what I like the most is the behavior and the property interest sections of these filters. First off, the behavior. So what did I just talk about with Anthony Test Lead here? Or no, it was Charles Test Lead, actually. Let me clear this out, show off that. Yep, it was Charles. So what did I just show off here in Charles's profile, right? Property alerts, market reports. He has those. But with these filters, I can try and find contacts that either have them or they don't. Now, I'll start off first here with one of the most basic filters everyone here should have. I'm serious. I feel like I should just have a weekly training just telling you you should have this filter. Every filter or every agent should have this filter in their system, looking for contacts that are under the sphere, the prospect, the new lead, and the active lead status. Why is that? Well, your sphere is a part of your sphere of influence. Prospects are people that you have in your system, but you're not aware if they're interested or not. And then new leads are how the contacts are captured, and active leads are actively responding to you. They are actively engaging with you. Okay. So here, I'm going to find contacts that are under those statuses, but they do not have search alerts. It's very simple. This is a good filter to have. Everyone here with me right now, if you don't have this filter saved, I want you to copy exactly what I'm showing you here. Why? Because this is going to keep making sure that you're prospecting a list of contacts, that you're figuring out, finding out, engaging, and driving responses back to you, telling you if these set persons or people are interested in real estate right now. So we're going to find out if we've got those contacts in here. Now, with the search alert option, when you save this, well, I forgot that you can even save it. Let me mention that. When you set this up, when you have all of your described or desired criteria in this filter, like what I'm showing you right now, once you have all these settings chosen, don't just apply it, save it. Use this for later because you can keep coming back to it again and again and again. And if a lead maybe has an alert added to them, or you set up one of these contacts because they respond back and say, yeah, set me up on a search alert, Christian. If you do that, right, they're no longer going to fit this filter. So let's save it. Now you can name it here. I usually just call it something simple. I am not that creative, but leads with no alerts. That's a perfectly fine title name for this filter. So leads with no alerts. And I'm just going to set this up as 1 because I think I've set this up before. You can add numbers to it, doesn't matter. But what you can also do is pin this to the top of your CRM. So I save this and it's going to be up here too. So I can access these filters for later. See, all leads with no alerts. I've done it a couple of times before, as you can see. I think it's going to be at the end here. Let's just double check. Bum, bum, bum. Lots and lots of filters. There it is. Okay. So, even when you clear it again, and I look up these contacts with those no alerts attached, it pulls up that set list. Now, when you have this set list, when you have the pieces here, what are you going to do next? You're going to engage them, right? You're going to send out a piece of communication, just a simple mass email or a mass text message, whatever works best. And don't worry about engaging leads that you're not supposed to engage or the leads that asked you not to text them anymore. The system is smart. It is a smart CRM. It's going to know who you should engage and the leads that don't want to receive that engagement anymore. It's always going to be the case. So you can check these boxes next to the name or check the box next to first name there and send out a mass text message. Now, with mass communication, especially when you're manually building it out, okay, you can use things in our platform that will autofill information. So with text messages and emails, you have merge tags. So this mass email tool, when I send this out, right, it's going out to a set group of contacts, at least 10, right? And I put in the engagement. Hi, lead, first name. You see this? This is that merge tag tool. If you haven't used it before, start using it. It's going to make your job a heck of a lot easier. So you don't have to individually type this email out to every single one of your contacts. Hi, first name. Just wanted to reach out and see if you would be interested in receiving, whoops, a free search alert. No strings attached. Other than keeping you up to date with some cool new properties. All right. Just having a general piece like that can drive, lots of engagement back. Whether this go out to 10 contacts, whether this go out to 100, honestly, the list is completely within your realm of possibility. It's within your database. It's within your CRM. Now, following up with this, you ask the question, whatever you want to say, I'll just put in blah, blah, blah. All right. Just for time's sake here. But remember this, you have merge tags, right? You can put in that merge tag of agent first name, agent full name, agent last name. You have these tools. The merge tags are there for you to use. Use them. Okay. Don't just sit there and fill out your name every time. And then I'll make sure to include my signature and boom. Oh, got the subject. So setting you up with an alert. All right, send it. There we go. That's it. So when this gets sent out to these contacts, when they receive, right? If they respond to me, great. I can just say, cool. What's the area that you're interested in? Open up their profile here. Let's just make sure they're subscribed and set them up on a property alert. Add it in, right? They tell me they're interested in such and such area. Great. I can get them set up that way. Okay. Now this is one filter here, folks. I'm just laying it all out for you, right? That's the type of engagement. And again, don't have to just be emails. You can use text messages. And to go into this topic here, for text messages, if you want to use those merge tag tools, which is still available via text messages, you can just use the bracket key. See this? Hi, lead first name. Just was wondering if you are interested in receiving a free search alert. No strings attached. Just going to keep you up to date. With new listings. Might be interested in. Boom. And again, thanks. Merge tag again. It's this weird bracket key. I'll share it in the Zoom chat tool just so you guys can see it, what it looks like there. It's the key next to the P key on your keyboard. So here it is. There you go. That's what the text messages. You don't need to do this in the emails, but instead of lead first name, I'll have agent first name there. There we go. And boom, I sent it out. People receive this, people look at it, they respond to it. Great. It all comes back to me. Okay. But this is the thing with these filters here. You don't just have to stop there. I looked at those filters, those leads, right? Under not details, under behavior here that have no alerts. Okay. Now, let me ask you here. If you're an active listing agent, do you know about every single contact that's interested in, say, your listing, a buyer, right? Or leads that you have in your platform that have maybe looked in that area, but haven't looked necessarily at the listing itself? See, here's the thing. What I'm saying here for you is you can use maybe not these same statuses, maybe take sphere out of this, but I'm going to tell you this. If you look up contacts that are under like your prospect, your new lead, and your active lead status, maybe even clients, try to find leads that are interested in said areas. This is all I'm going to have to do now. I go into the property interest here and I look up contacts that have been in my platform that have looked at a specific city, a specific location, a specific zip code, or maybe a certain price range, or finding buyers based off of a listing ID that they may have found, or a listing themselves that they've looked at. I want to keep this more in general for us listing agents that are looking to sell that property in Oceanside. So I can pull up the properties from all of the leads in my system right now that fall under these three statuses. And I'm going to find those contacts that are interested in Oceanside. I'm going to save this filter. I'm going to call this Oceanside interest leads. And this is working with your MLS. So that way, if these contacts have looked at those areas, I'm going to have them filtered through and I can start engaging them about those areas. So I save this. It's built out. Oh, I saved it multiple times. That's why I got those errors. But you see this here? Gabriella and Deb and Alexis here. When I look at these contacts, I know something. They've looked at properties or shown interest in that city, meaning they've done something that reflects their interest in that area. They requested a market report or a search alert. They've done something in my system here because of this. Now, this could also happen because of their activity, what they looked at, what they've done, what they viewed. It could also be what they've requested information about, such as a search alert themselves. But what is happening here is I'm finding contacts that are interested in my system just based off that criteria that they've looked in Oceanside. And because of this, maybe I see here that some of these contacts, like maybe Gabriella here or Alexis, since they haven't been active in a while, 2 years, 7 months ago, some of these leads haven't been visiting that often. Maybe I let them know about my listing in Oceanside. And again, you could use these mass email functions, these mass text functions with MLSs, with merge tags. So I send out this mass email, right? I put in, hi, merge tag of lead first name, blah, 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 right? The average spiel, introductions. But then I would say, if you are still interested in moving to Oceanside, check out my new listing, right? And then I can insert another merge tag of listing primary image or link. Where is it? There it is. Listing link. Now, something just appeared. If you got a keen eye, I don't. You probably noticed it. This MLS ID. So what am I going to send out? Well, I can just grab a property, right? I can send this to the contact via the listing ID there. So let's just see if I can go to my website real quick. I'm going to pull this up here. Okay. Oh, this is hold on. Here we go. So I'm going to just find a random listing here, see if we can find something from Oceanside. I'll tell you what, I'm going to use my site here, look up those Oceanside listings. And here we have it. Okay. Let's just say this was the property. All I need to do is grab the listing ID. That's it. I just need that ID. And most of you will probably already have it in the back of your mind. But I just had to grab an example for that property in Oceanside. I'll paste that in. There it is. That's all I need to do. And this is going to fill out. And so what I'll even do as well is include listing primary image and the listing address. There we are. And from here, I'll add some more sincerely, or let know if you review property. All right. Sincerely, merge tag. Oop. I'm too used to the texting, but I'll put in merge tag agent first name. Sign it, send it. I always forget the subject field. Uh, Check out my new property. Excuse me. So get this to go out. Got the details in there. It's filled out. It's going out to these leads. But it's because of this filter that I'm able to target the correct contacts, right? I use this filter to look up a set status of contacts, but then I also brought up their property interest and I look for those leads that are interested in Oceanside. And so when they receive this email, when they get the piece there that's sent to them, let's see if we've got a test lead here, or maybe Gabriella. Yep. And there we are. Check out my new property, Gabriella. So I sent this email. Now she hasn't opened it yet, which is okay. But when I view this, look, hi, Gab. Sent this out to you. If you're still interested in moving to Oceanside, check out this new listing. It's got a link. It's got my image. It's got the address. And it's got my info, including my signature. So I keep this going, right? Once a week, maybe you come in here and you do this. You set this up, all right? But I always emphasize that you save these filters. Now, I'm going to give you one other one, all right? This third one here is where you look for the contacts that are interested, that have responded to you. So you don't waste your time with the leads that aren't. And if you ever need to find that list, right, what I'm going to say here is maybe don't even apply any of the statuses, but under their behavior, why don't you find the leads, okay, that have responded to you? Work with them. They're the ones giving you the time of day. They're the ones giving you their effort, or they're the ones putting in the effort to respond to you, to at least acknowledge your existence. So let's reach out to them. So maybe I go out to those contacts that have responded to me via email. I think that's a good place to start. And so instead of just applying the filter, right, like I've told you before, save it. Response leads that have responded via email. Save this as a new filter. It'll apply for me here. And there we go. Karen is that person for me, at least right now, right? But I can also find those leads that have maybe responded via text messages. And so when I apply or save these filters, I'm working with those leads that are responding to me, right? I'm trying to find the contacts that are actively being engaged with. Okay. Kelly, you said a question here, and this is pretty interesting. I like where this is going. You're saying, why are my contacts not liking the automated and mass emails? They are unsubscribing, but if I text or email them individually, they don't seem to have any issue. So first off there, Shelly, I think what it may come down to is personalized communication. Sometimes people can definitely tell, right, if this is an automated bot or this is just a general piece of engagement, right? So I would kind of look at it from your own perspective, right? All right, so how am I going to get this person to respond to me? Do I know these people? Half the time you probably don't, right? You've maybe had one conversation, if that. Maybe you've had absolutely zero, right? Make it personable, especially with mass communication. When you have the direct control over the actual engagement piece there, be a bit more personable. And this kind of goes into the season itself. Maybe you use not necessarily like a world events per se, but what's happening, right? Hanukkah's this week. Christmas is on Saturday or Sunday, right? So highlight what's happening around you, what's happening in the world, the holidays, the events that are going on. The World Cup just ended, right? Are you a soccer fan? Maybe you bring that into the conversation. If you make it more personable, if you make it so that these people know that there is a real person on the other end, right? They're more likely to respond. Now, Shelly, you said those mass emails, they don't like them. Have you tried text messages? Because you can still do that instead of just emailing these leads, right? These are the contacts that have responded to me via text message. So I definitely know that they've gotten them. Why don't I send out a text message to all of these contacts? So try both ends. Don't just stop at the email. Have an email and a set of text messages there. So that's a good question to ask, though, Shelly, because not a lot of people always, I would say, receive these emails well, right? Sometimes they recognize that, oh, this is just a mass email talking about this, but still, you have this conversation, you make it more personable, you use the merge tags, use them. That makes it that much easier for you so that when you send out the mass text message, not saying, hey, how's it going? You say, hey, Steve, how's life, my man? Right? Or maybe you're out here in California and want to just call them dude. But the idea is you have this conversation. How's life? How's the family? What's work like? How's your day or how's your week been with the current Christmas rush? Things like that where you have a conversation, be more personable. It doesn't just have to stop at you sending out an engagement piece. Try to get a conversation started. Ask them how's life? What's it like being where they are right now? How have they dealt with the Christmas rush? Check out any cool recipes recently. See, you as an agent have this unique distinction. You're not just in real estate, right? You're managing people's lives. These are their homes that they're purchasing. These are the listings that they're selling. These are pieces of themselves. Real estate agents have this very unique distinction, right? Of being somebody that, yes, is a sales rep, yes, is managing business, yes, is working in the world of financing and business and everything in between there. But you also have relationships with people. You have conversations. And, I myself, I would say I'm fairly, comfortable having a conversation with some people, but I'm sure I could always maybe learn a different way or a different way to approach somebody. Everyone's different in the world. So maybe you try different things for different people, but in a general sense, if you just ask, how's the day going? Right? That's it. From this text message, I'd be like, hey, Steve, how's life? And I have this conversation. I don't need to start right away and jumping into real estate. Most agents, they build relationships, right? You have a client, you probably end up knowing that client for years, even after the sale, right? You still keep in touch with them. Maybe you use KV Core to set up a yearly email to reach out to your past clients. See, these are things and pieces that you can use. Now, the reason why I wanted to show all of this to you, okay, these filters and using them, is because you do not have to do this as consistently as you think. What you can do is you can plan this communication out. So, use the filters that I've shared. Feel free to copy exactly as what I showed you here today. But after you've maybe saved those filters, you can use them for later. You can plan this out. Maybe today you find yourself with a bit of extra free time, or maybe it's next week, right after the holidays. What I say you should do when you have a moment, go to your marketing tools. And from this area here, schedule a mass email. See, this is where you can plan. You don't have to keep doing this. You can schedule a mass email to go out to that group of contacts that meet one of those saved filters that you just created with me. Okay. Look, when I click on get started here, you're going to see a bunch. I've already set up some. I even got one going out on Tuesday or Thursday. Today's Tuesday. I've got one going out on Thursday there, wishing everyone a happy holiday season. Feel free to do the same here, guys. But what I'm going to dive into here is with the schedule mass email feature. Look at this. Contacts matching the criteria from your save filter. So if I wanted to reach out to those leads with no alerts -1, the save filter that I created, I can. And I can set this up for tomorrow. All right. And I'll put in the questionnaire, I'll set it up. And then I can do the same exact thing, except the next one that I create for this email, because I could repeat it right after this. In fact, let's just do test 1. Okay. Test 1. And we schedule this for tomorrow at 1 p.m. There we go. We schedule it. It's ready. Okay. And I'll do the same exact thing there. but for next month, on January, maybe not the 21st, how about the 23rd? Not 1 a.m. Don't want to send it out that early. And then this will be test 2, but it will be to the same contacts, except for those contacts that have changed. See, look, I'll use this list again. I'll use the leads with no alerts, okay? And I'll schedule this again here, right? But here's the thing. Today, tomorrow, may only send out to 2 contacts. A month from now, if I get more leads in here and those leads don't have alerts, well, then I'll send out another email. Maybe this list grows. Maybe this list shrinks. It will always adjust to it. So you can plan this communication and have different results each time. But guys, if you set up the template, if you do this, you can spend maybe 10 minutes planning out all of your year's communication so that once a month, your leads with no alerts are going to receive this email. Do you see the thought process behind this? You can eliminate a lot of your workload if you do this. Eliminate the prospecting that you need to do with this scheduled mass email tool. Have that gone. You don't need to keep coming back and back and back to send out the same email again and again and again. Have the system do it. This is one of the biggest features I think is really underutilized because not everyone saves those filters that we have. And guys, I've given you a couple of examples, but if I'm being completely honest with you, I've basically just shown you the tip of the iceberg here. You can create so many different filters for leads that don't have a specific hashtag, right? Maybe you're looking for those contacts in your system that maybe don't have the hashtag newsletter because you already have a newsletter set up for those leads that do have one. Well, you can find it. Or maybe you just set up an email for each of the contacts that's in your platform that say don't have a phone number. And you ask them via email, hey, do you want to receive a phone call from me? I know it's, kind of aggressive, but still, we want to get this conversation going. We want these people to be more than just emails, right? We want them to be actual people we can have a conversation with. And so you can use different filters again and again and again, save them for later so that they stay up to date. And guys, if you have those contacts like I did with those leads with no search alerts, right? It's going all over. I've saved too many of these filters. I got to clean them up. But there we go. We go back to this, right? And let's just say this test lead ends up having an alert added. He replies, Mr. Test says, I want to receive listings in such and such city, right? I'll just throw in Vista, right? A different city here. Give it a second to load. Boom. There we are, right? Now, we save and send this alert. They receive this. Guess what? Mr. Test contact here, the next time I go back to this alert, he's not going to be there. Why? Because he has a search alert attached to him now. He's got it already set up. So now in the future, I'm not going to email him anymore. I'm not going to follow up with him anymore because this set of filters recognizes that test contact, the one that I just added the alert to, where is it? Yeah, just test contact. This lead, they have a filter, or I'm sorry, they don't meet this filter anymore because they have the search alert. So going back to it, leads with no alerts. I don't see test contact here anymore because he has a search alert. And so these filters stay up to date. Today, tomorrow, somebody else gets a search alert added. Great. They no longer fit this filter anymore. They don't. And if somebody else comes in and they don't have a search alert, they will meet this filter. See, the criteria is adaptive. It is a smart CRM. It knows who these leads are, what they're about, what's been happening with them. You just should be utilizing it, though. And the last part I'm just going to leave you guys with here today, just a little kind of bonus piece here, is that everyone can set up marketing for every contact in their system with this schedule mass email tool. I've shown it before. If anyone here wants to send out a holiday email this week, look, I'll show you exactly how to do it. Just click on get started here, schedule an email. Okay. And Yes, you can use those save filters options, but if you want to reach out to every single lead in your system, just select this option, send to contacts under a certain status, and select all of the statuses: prospect, new lead, active lead, sphere, client, contract, closed, all of them. And then you throw in the email. We've got a template for you. You don't even have to build this out, folks. Seriously, if you want to be a bit lazy, just wish everyone a happy holiday season. This is the easiest way to do it. We've got our holidays here. Got Thanksgiving. We got Remembrance Day for you Canadians up there. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. It's all here. Get this scheduled to send out. You can even preview what it's going to look like, but I'll just get this going right now. I'll send this again tomorrow. We'll go for 5 p.m. there, schedule it, give it a second to load, and there we have it. There we go. I'm going to engage with every single contact in my system right now. That's going to go out tomorrow, wishing them all a happy holidays. I already got it going out on the 22nd, so I'm not going to do that, but that's an option there, folks. The scheduled mass email tool, use it. It's simple. It drives engagement, okay? But combining it with the filters, that brings it to a whole nother level, because you can save these filters time and time again. Those filters will always stay up to date based off of the lead's activity, whether the changes have happened or not, right? And it will keep those leads in line with the criteria that you've set in these filters. You just want to save. Now, the only thing I'm going to do for you here, well, the last thing I want to do for you here is just share an article in regards to this here. All right. So for everyone here, if you want to fill out more filters, you want to use these. Okay. Here is an article discussing about everything that I've just talked about. All right. And then some. It's got some more of the minor details for it, but feel free to use them. Now, with all that being said, all right, come up now, 40 minutes past. I usually like to leave the remainder of the time here today for any additional questions. Now's the time to ask if you got it. Okay. Otherwise, go build out some holiday emails, folks. Go wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, right? And if that's what you guys are looking to do, glad to have helped you. But let me know if you have any other questions. Otherwise, thank you for stopping by. All right, folks. So with that being said, if you want to review these recordings, remember you have our YouTube channel, and I'll go ahead and throw this in here right now. All of the success meetups, what I do, what Heather does, Christina, Marielle, all of us trainers and coaches, what you've seen here, it's all on that YouTube channel. I recommend you go review it. All right. Lots and lots of helpful stuff. You know, something that just happened a little bit ago, Marielle talked about some great ways that you can update your website with holiday templates and have like snow drizzle on your website there. It's in the playlist that I just shared with you. Okay, quick and easy tips. What was it called again? Quick and easy tips. Quick and easy holiday updates to your KV Core website there. So that's one of the things that we reviewed with you there. Go ahead, use it, get some benefit. Maybe update your site, make it look a little bit more Christmassy or fancy. But yeah, guys, I'm glad you're all here today. I'm glad you got to enjoy this. With that being said, this is my last success meetup of the year. So I'll be back though, of course, in January, and I hope to see some of you there. But beyond that, you guys have a great day. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, whatever you're celebrating. If you're just taking the days off, if you don't celebrate anything, enjoy your days off. All right, folks, I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.